Hey everybody, and Tony here with a review of the Liederabend with Thomas Hampson alongside Wolfram Riga on the piano and Yamei Yu on the violin. Now, Thomas Hampson has established himself as one of the most prolific baritones of all time, and he's still singing to this very day. He started out from the 80s and 90s and even the early 2000s in a huge array of lyric and cavalier baritone roles like the title role of Don Giovanni, Count Almaviva from Marriage of Figaro, Sharpless from Madama Butterfly, Marcello from La Boheme, Guglielmo from Così fan tutte, the title role of Ambroise Thomas's Hamlet, and Eugene Onegin. Those are the roles that really put him on the map. And even on the early 2000s and late 2000s, he sang the slightly heavier repertoire, like Mandrika from Arabella, Amfortas from Parsifal, and even that of the title role of Simon Boccanegra. Though personally, I really love his interpretation of Conte di Luna, which he sang alongside Roberto Alagna as Manrico and Angela Gheorghiu as Leonora. If you really want to know, I have a CD of that. So yeah, Tonio Papano was conducting. So yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. I thought he was very great in the role, and he basically had that youthfulness. And naturally, Thomas Hampson has a very youthful sounding quality to his voice, which has enabled him to even sing a role that has usually been in the tenor repertoire, which is that of Massenet's Werther. Now, he was not the first baritone to have done this. His predecessor, Mattia Battistini, has also sung the role of Werther as well, and that's usually designated for a tenor. So those are the only two baritones that have sung Werther to this very day. So he has basically been very well known in a lot of lyric baritone, cavalier baritone, and dramatic baritone roles. And my personal favorites, like I have to say, were that of Onegin and Conte di Luna, and even that of the Count Almaviva from Nozze di Figaro. So overall, what did I think of his performance tonight at the Liederabend? I thought it was just absolutely fantastic. It really shows just how much longevity this gentleman has. He still has his very youthful sounding, very firm, yet very, very mellifluous baritone voice that he has been very praised by fans and critics alike. It's no wonder why people really love Thomas Hampson, especially me. I personally am a huge fan of this baritone. This is a baritone that has like the similar repertoire with the likes of Dietrich Fischer-Dieskau, Hermann Prey, Willy Domgraf Fassbender, Sir Thomas Allen, and many other great lyric baritones of the past, or even that of cavalier baritones in the past. I can even compare him to that of Eberhard Wächter. Because, well, just like Fischer-Dieskau, Wächter, and Domgraf Fassbender, Thomas Hampson has a very strong point when it comes to his Lieder repertoire. Although I do love some of his operatic performances, like even that of Figaro from Barbiere di Siviglia, it's the Lieder that he definitely shines in. And boy, did he shine in this evening. He was able to give so much expression and phrasing to all the songs that he sang. The highlights for me were the following. Die Nacht, mein Herz ist stumm, mein Herz ist kalt, because all of these songs that he sang for this evening were all from Richard Strauss, the same gentleman who composed such wonderful operas like Elektra, Salome, Rosenkavalier, Ariadne auf Naxos, Arabella. The list goes on and on and on. I thought Thomas Hampson was just phenomenal singing all of these wonderful songs that Richard Strauss has composed. And he even sang Morgen in the baritone pitch. Because usually I would love to hear a tenor, a mezzo, or even a soprano, or tenor, soprano, or even a mezzo sing this song. And while they do such a fantastic job with Morgan, I thought Thomas Hampson was just heartfelt as well, especially in his three encore numbers, one of them being the Ständchen from Strauss, which I thought was just absolutely sweeping. It was just gorgeous, and he was just fantastic. His, well, range is very homogeneous. His tone is just so pure, even though it's not a very powerful instrument a la Gian Giacomo Guelfi or Tito Gobbi. It is still such a very gorgeous instrument that is very useful for the likes of Lida or even roles like Onegin. He has a very gorgeous sounding instrument, and it just really shows that with someone as has much longevity like Mr. Hampson, it is just so wonderful to see this gentleman still in great vocal health, and it was just phenomenal just watching him live on stage. And not to mention, I also have his autograph right here, and he also signed my ticket as well. So, yes, another great evening to really have a great opera singer's autograph. I was just very excited. Yes, there were other people lining up, and they were just excited as I am. Really shows just how well respected this baritone really is when it comes to very solid technique, such excellent phrasing, and a flair for drama and a flair for passion. It really shows just how Mr. Hampson is very dedicated to his craft. So overall, this was definitely a great evening for Mr. Thomas Hampson. It was just a very, very thrilling evening of Lieder, all of them composed by Richard Strauss, and of course the pianist Wolfram Rieger and the violinist Yame Yu all did very fantastically. I especially loved the Notturno. I thought it was just so chilling and just so full of excitement, but it was just altogether chilling, and it was really helped with Yame Yu's skillful playing of the violin. So kudos to all of the performers, especially that of Thomas Hampson. I really, really appreciated everything that he has done, and I wish him more years of singing. And well, just it was just a great evening, so to say. It was just fantastic. And I really, really hope to hear more of him in the near future. I hope that he has a very long career. I hope that he will never, ever stop singing because he has such a very wonderful sounding instrument. Like I said, it's not the most powerful, but it's definitely the most heartfelt and the most lyrical, the most gorgeous sounding baritone instrument that I've ever heard. Not to mention, very youthful as well. So I wish him many more years of seeing him on stage. Well, that's all for now. Be sure to tune in tomorrow where it's my last day here in Salzburg. I might do a review from any of the shows and the Salzburger Marionettentheater, and I might even do a review from one of the movies in Das Kino because, well, Der Rosenkavalier is unfortunately sold out. So there's a very slim chance that I'll end up getting a ticket tomorrow, or rather, there's no chance at all. So probably a review from a puppet show from the Marionettentheater, and maybe a review of any film from the Das Kino will do fine for my last day here in Salzburg. So until then, this is Antoni signing off and wishing you all a good night.